And welcome everyone to a March Madness chat. I'm pleased to be joined by Bryce Drew, currently the head coach of Grand Canyon, but certainly as a player known in college for the pacer shot, Valpo's last second shot to beat Ole Miss. It's one of the iconic shots in March Madness history. There's a big mural at Valpo about it. Certainly for the Drew family, it lives forever. So let's go back to that. First, describe the play for me, Bryce, about what the play is supposed to accomplish, which of course it did.
Yeah, the final accomplishment is the made three-pointer, hopefully. And I can't say it always went that well. We ran it in late December and we got 0 points out of it and didn't even get a shot up. So we tweaked a little of the pieces, moved them around, practiced it a lot more, and then very thankful it worked to perfection, in the NCAA tournament.
What do you remember about the flow of that game against Ole Miss to even put yourselves in position to hit that game-winning shot?
Yeah, I think it came from experience and preparation. We had a lot of seniors on that team, seniors that had been in pressure situations before, and then just prepared. We were prepared to know what to run, how to run it, how to execute it in that moment. There was really no second thought as what else we were supposed to do. So those two reasons were really big for us.
When you look back, the fact that your dad was the coach, your brother's on the bench, it's a family affair. Years later, how much sweeter does that make it?
Even more, very, seldom in life do you get to, accomplish something that you get to talk about years later, and to be able to do it with family. And, growing up, we've always loved college basketball. My dad's been a college basketball coach, my whole life. And to get to that stage and that moment and kind of have that goal for all of us to be able to do it together, is really special.
The upset at the time was obviously a pretty big one. It goes down as one of those bigger upsets because of obviously the way it ended. There were upsets before, but it really also started to become like the standard for those first round big time upsets. What's it like when you are part of one of those where you're the double digit seed and you take out the higher seed from the power conference?
Yeah, I think a couple words come to mind. First is confidence. I think our team all had confidence that the seeding didn't matter, that we could go in and win that game. And then I think the next big part is again just how prepared are you as a team for a game like that, and us having a lot of seniors being our third straight NCAA tournament. We had a lot of momentum, going into that game. And then, at the end of the day, you got to be hungry. And, we hadn't won a game in the tournament. We knew we were the underdogs. We knew that the pressure was off of us. It was on them. And so we kind of turned that and made sure that we were, hungry going into that game.
Bryce, why do you think though it's rare that it continues? I mean, we saw a couple years ago with St. Peter's, they were actually able to get all the way to the Elite Eight. But a
Yeah.
lot of times we see these unbelievable upsets and then it stops, 2 days later.
Yeah, it's you think about that a lot as a coach, during different ups and downs and games that you see and scores that happen to you and others. And at the end of the day, it's sports, and that's what makes sports so great is you have to play the game to get the end result. And you can't buy wins, you can't, manipulate wins. Which way did the ball bounces? Does it bounce in the rim or out of the rim? Does the guy get in foul trouble or not get in foul trouble? There's so many intricacies to the game that affect the outcome. And, it's only a 1 game series. So anything can happen in that 1 game. If it's a 7 game series, then I would say the tournament we played a lot more different and you would get all those top seeds advancing. But 1 game, anything can happen.
You had an NBA career, but how much you remembered more for that singular shot versus anything you did professionally?
Yeah, it was funny. My rookie year, we had I was teammates with Brent Price, Matt Maloney, if you remember those names. And I'd go back in the locker room and they'd come in and be like, "Man, these people just told me good shot, good shot in the tournament." And so even though I was in the NBA, those guys have been in the NBA for years. Some of the fans that came, they were still thinking of the shot and the play, and knowing it was one of us that hit it on the team.
And to that point, Bryce, it feels like that's the beauty of March Madness, that these singular shots, events, games really do seem to resonate in this sport more so than any, playoff series or things of those natures at the professional level. Why do you think that is?
It's such a great tournament. If you're just a sports fan, it's just so exciting to watch because again, you truly don't know who's going to win. It's a one game series, and just the excitement around the tournament because of that reason and the unpredictability, I think just garners all that interest. And you don't get the best team that wins all the time. You don't get the best team that advances, and that just adds to the intrigue and kind of the mystery, the excitement and watching the games.
Well, you certainly have provided that for all of us for decades now since then in 98. Believe it or not, it's been that long. Good luck with GCU the rest of the season. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Andy.